Hello Elegant, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you Elegance doing? If you are new to my channel, here is Miss Nonsense. So Elegant, in today's video we are going to be talking about how do deportation work in Germany. Like how do deportation work, because I have heard a lot of people, like when I say a lot of people, most especially people that they have deported from Germany, these people will be like, I do not just receive any notice, so they don't send me notice, they want I should leave the country, and suddenly in the middle of the night they just arrive, the Ogbalegbe just arrived and they took me back to my country. I was already in the Molitera Mohammed before I now know that these people were taking me back to my own country. Like, who does that? I know that I have not really experienced such a case, but Germany will never do such a thing, because even if all the whole world gather to say Germany is not good, Germany is a bad country, but for me, I'm in Germany for almost half of my years now, and if you are hearing anything about Germany, do not believe everything you hear about Germany. They said who not go no no. If you are not there, there's no way you are going to realize, oh, these people are very nice. I mean just come on this live, on this camera now, I start saying, look at what Germany have done to me, they did bad to me, and you personally will visit Germany, we see that Germany are not that bad. But don't get me wrong, a lot of states get their own way of doing things. A lot of states, they have their own way of doing things. My state have their own way of doing things. So your own state have their own way of doing things. How do deportation in Germany work? So you may be seeing me looking down. That is because everything is very written down. I will be reading everything just for you to see how deportation is being working in Germany. Let me just finalize some part to you, Elegant. Let's say you come from your maybe country, any country you are from, you just enter Germany, you take yourself to Ogbalegbe, or you just go to immigration direct and say you want to become an asylum seeker, and after you apply all those things, you take like 3 months to give you green advice. They give you everything that has to do with asylum procedure, to read and also know your rule and regulation in the country. And after all set are done, you are being rejected. After the interview, why do you come to our country? What is your mother's name? What is your father's name? Where were you located? Why do you even think of coming to Germany instead of other European countries? And after all this set are done, this own question, we now see that you receive a rejection, which say that they don't believe everything that you said. So therefore, you have to appeal. And after the appeal, they still don't believe everything that you said. So you still get second rejection, and maybe they will not give you like 1 week or 1 month, 2 months to leave the country, and you don't leave the country. Now Germany now come with their great men and then bundle you out of the country. So how do deportation work? A lot of people do get this stage of deportation, they get it wrong, while some people say that Germany don't tell them before deporting them to their country. So I'm just going to read some information to you, Elegant, right now. If you have not experienced it, or if you are not there before, but you have been believing people that say such a thing, that Germany don't inform them before taking them to their country. If I was to inform, I don't think I should wait for them to bundle me to my country. A lot of people lose hope after receiving that rejection letter. A lot of people lose hope. A lot of people think Germany is just their life, or Germany is just the end of the world. If Germany asks them to leave their country, they feel as if all the whole European country asked them to leave the country. They will not take any other step to leave their country, because these people are asking you to leave my country now. So you have to take a step and leave their country in peace. So if you don't live in peace, they will not bundle you in pieces by taking you to Molitera Mohammed or any other country you claim that you are from. So Elegant, how does the deportation procedure work in Germany? When your asylum application is conclusively rejected, or in your case you lose your resident permit, or you will never issue 1. You are obligated to leave Germany. In such case, the Federal Office for Migration and Refugee asks for your departure within a sufficient time limit and threaten to deport you according to the 24 Asylum Act. If you understand this place I just read now, if your application is being rejected, Germany are going to ask you to leave the country, because in that after appeal, they will now send you a paper like notice to leave the country, maybe in 1 week or in 2 weeks, leave the country. If you don't leave the country, they will now threaten to remove you from the country due to their asylum act, because it's a rule and regulation. This is not just a one-person decision. This decision has been taken even before you even dreamed of coming to Germany. The Federal Office for Migration are the head that will even ask the Ogbalegbe to go and take such a guy or such a lady away from that place because she has disobeyed her or he has disobeyed us. We ask he or she to leave so time, but he or she is still remaining there, you know, and you just remaining there without doing nothing. So like fast you are leaving. 34 Asylum Act, they will send you a formal notice which is called threat of deportation. In English it's called threat of deportation. In Germany it's called, like the name is very long, it's called Abstrichen Hablehon or so. I will just leave it on the screen. The name is being called. So this is what the notice Germany will write to you. In this notice, which is in document you are going to receive, in the notice, the destination of deportation must be sufficient. Sending such a letter in mandatory before deportation, i.e., if you have not received it, you must not be deported. In principle, when your asylum application is rejected, you receive a deportation order along with your rejection notice from the Bundesland Migration. The deportation order are sent as registered letter, which means the Bundesland know when the letter arrive in your mail box. You get me? They know the particular date this mail is going to get to you. And even if you are not at home, that is none of their business, but it gets to your address. That is why before they give you that green advice, there is this rule and regulation letter they give to you, like you are not allowed to leave your residence. Like if they say stay in this very apartment, make sure you are always sleeping in that apartment, not you because you don't have a friend in Stuttgart, maybe you are in Dortmund, you don't go to your friend place to go and spend all your whole years in your friend place, forgetting that maybe you may receive a letter. So those are the people who get this deportation suddenly, because these people was resting or was having cruising with his friend in Stuttgart. After getting home now, which is in Dortmund, that very day he got to that letter, he not surprised at the midnight they show up, because it's not, he just came home, there's no time for him to read the letter now, and forgetting that this letter have been delivered like 2 weeks ago. So and they ask you to leave in 1 week, so you now spend the 2 weeks out, and now the Ogbalegbe, they are in the environment thinking that you are running for them, but they never know that you have never saw that letter. If you happen to see that letter, I don't think you will even dream of coming home. I would say those are the people who get a deportation very suddenly, because they are not surprised that I not receive a letter. Oh, yes, so you not receive the letter because you were not at home. If you happen to be at home, you should have received the letter. That's just it. So when the letter arrives in your mailbox with a simple rejection and far Ablehon, you have 30 days to leave Germany voluntarily. If your application for asylum is rejected as inadmissible, unzulässig, or obviously unfounded, which is offensively übergründet, you have only 1 week to leave Germany. Your asylum application can be rejected as inadmissible if, due to the Dublin regulation, another EU country is responsible for your asylum case. Your application may be rejected as obviously unfounded when, for instance, the bothersome see significant contradiction in your story, or your reason for flight, or believe that you have flown to Germany for economic reasons. Check the notice you have received from the bothersome to learn how much time you have to react. The countdown starts from the day you receive the notice. After receiving a deportation order, you may seek advice from a lawyer or counseling. Even if your asylum application has been rejected, there are still some options which can enable you to stay in Germany. Yes, which I said in my previous video. If you are not watched that video, even if your asylum application is being rejected, you still have right to stay in Germany. If you either voluntarily leave Germany within the deadline, not take any further action, the police may be called to intervene and you may be forcibly sent back to your home country or to a third country which accepts you and to which you have a sufficient connection, e.g. a country in which you used to live. The process is called deportation, abschiebung, or repatriation, Rückführung. Deportation is regulated in 58 of the Resident Act. Deportation can take place only when sending the person back is eventually possible and not prohibited by law. Therefore, before deportation, all the possibility obstacles, legal and practical, are examined. The immigration office is responsible for the deportation if your deportation is forbidden by law or simply not possible. For practical reasons, the immigration office may grant you a tolerance stay, which is doo-doo, or issue you a resident permit. So elegant, yes, that is how deportation work. If maybe you have underage children, you are sick, and after receiving this what they call it, a rejection, you seek for a lawyer, and you also seek for a counseling. So maybe all those people, they are working on your matter. Now you now try to pursue house bail. You try to pursue house bail because you are trying to find one way or the other to tell these people that you are being useful. You don't just come here to depend on their responsibility, depend on their money, to depend on everything that has to do with them. You are here to work with your bare hand. After the lawyer have advised you, if your matter or your case is beyond lawyer or a counseling, they are definitely going to tell you. So counseling is free of charge in Germany. They don't really pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. It's for them to just give you advice, how you can go about it and so on and so forth. So, and for lawyer, you have to pay. So for me, I pay for my lawyer. So there's nothing like government lawyer, but I do hear a lot of people saying they are government lawyer, which the government lawyer will pay for. They will pay, but for me, I pay ZEB, which is generally called ZEB. So I pay ZEB, which I pay by myself. I pay by myself to lawyer, so not government paying for me. So elegant. Yeah, I think this should be the end of the video. I'm going to explain in another video, if you receive a doo-doo, what you can do with your doo-doo. After rejection, you are going to get a deportation issue, and for them to ban your deportation, they will not give you your doo-doo. So because of this, if they give you doo-doo, it's not the end of the world. Just be grateful that the Lord has answered you. Though we know doo-doo is not a resident permit, but at least it still keep you in the country for now. You are also better than people that they just give 1 week and 1 month. Because if you have this doo-doo, some people do take like 3 months, and after the 3 months you give to Auslander beholder, they will not renew like every 3 months. They give you 3 months ahead. So a lot of people that has doo-doo, they work here in Germany, and they also attend a German language course, which you have to pay for yourself, and they also have to, they can work with it. As I said earlier, you can also do as bedroom, even if you have doo-doo as well, just for you to have your B1 or ASVI. So you can also go for a training, which is your occupation. So after your occupation, trust me, that should be in another video. We are going to explain this do and why some people are also being deported without considering. I'm also going to say it on this very video, on that very video as well, because a lot of people do blame Germany for their deportation and their frustration. There are a lot of people who just enter train without buying ticket. Like, I'm going to just say all the information in another video because I don't want this video to be too long right now. So if you enjoyed this video, Elegant, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video for your friend and family. I will see you, Elegant, in my next video. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Do make sure to stay blessed, and bye bye.